Yogis, welcome to class today. My name is Jessie. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who aren't, welcome back as always. So this morning we are going to be doing a Vinyasa-Less vinyasa. So that means we'll be taking out what we consider a vinyasa, what a lot of yoga teachers today refer to as a vinyasa, which is the plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. So we won't take any traditional vinyasas today whatsoever. We might still do an up dog, we might still do chaturanga, but we're never going to string that sequence together. And really the entire class is a vinyasa, right? It's all these postures just strung together, but we'll do our best to kind of make our way into our string of postures from different places today, so we're not always coming from down dog. So that being said, if you have blocks, if you like to practice with blocks, I would have them handy. I don't think I'm going to call them out specifically at any point today, so you don't need them, but if you like them, I would just have them nearby. And other than that, I think that's it. Let's have fun. If we end up reorienting ourselves, like turning around, I know some people are like, hard no with that, thinking of my sister here. Just keep everything open, right? Try something new. I think it's good for all of us to kind of step outside of our norm sometimes and just give everything a shot. So let's do that. All right, you guys, come into Tadasana. Feet will be hips distance apart. Just bring your palms alongside your body. You can bring your shoulders all the way up by your ears and just let them hang. Let your arms just straight from your shoulders. Right away today, invite in a nice full breath. Just filling your belly, your ribs, your chest, your throat. And sigh it out through your mouth. If that felt good, you can do it again. If you'd like to come into a normal breath, you can also find that. And allow yourself to arrive here in this moment. Just taking in your surroundings. Take in your own energy field. Ask yourself how you feel. And then ask yourself again how you feel. Arrive in your body. Just take a moment to acknowledge what your body is experiencing right now. The sensation of your mat under your feet. The rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Softness in your facial muscles. And the way that your head stacks above your shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. Begin to invite depth into your breath. Finding a nice, smooth belly breath. And breathe in and out through your nose. And work towards length. So not only do we elongate our breath, but we'll begin to elongate our spine. As you root down through the middle of your feet, can you take your tailbone, bring it slightly towards your heels, just enough to feel more length come into your low back. Strengthen the muscles in your thighs as you then lengthen each vertebra, each rib up away from the next, all the way up through the very crown of your head. Bring your shoulder blades back towards each other and turn your palms to face forward. Get spacious through your chest. And take 3 big breaths. Your next inhale, bring your fingertips up to the tips of your shoulders. We'll begin to just make shoulder rolls. You can blink your eyes open or keep them closed. Just make those shoulder rolls by making big circles with your elbows. Okay, so drawing as big of a circle as you possibly can with the tips of your elbows. You can bring in some fluctuation into your spine here as well. Rounding your back a little and then really lifting and opening your heart. Take your elbows the opposite direction. Take one more breath in and breath out. Just release your arms down by your sides, and with an inhale, sweep them all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers here, and turn your palms to face up towards the sky, just getting a nice stretch in your palms, your fingers. Straighten through your arms, but draw your shoulder blades down your back, and then see if you can pull your front belly and front ribs in towards your spine. Take a breath in and stabilize your core, but pull your arm bones back a little further. Inhale. As you exhale, press your palms out in front of you, pull your belly button in, round your upper back a little so you're sliding your scapulas apart, and bring your chin towards your chest as you press your palms forward. And then again, like that, inhale, reach your arms all the way up, maybe draw your arm bones back behind your ears, but keep your belly strong. Exhale as you pull chin to chest, drop your shoulders, belly button in. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, reach up. This time as you exhale, roll out your wrists. Just give them a nice big roll as you take your hands all the way behind your back. Interlace your fingers once again. Pull your knuckles towards the ground, slide your shoulders away from your ears, and lift your earlobes up away from your shoulders. Then from here, bring your chin towards your chest, and slide your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Draw your left shoulder blade down, take your gaze up, lifting your chin just a little bit towards the ceiling. And bring your chin back towards your chest, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Draw your right shoulder blade down. Lift your chin up as much as feels good. And bring your chin towards your chest. Gaze forward. Keep your hands as they are. Bend your knees. Lead with your heart. Bow forward. You can keep a bend in your knees here, a nice big bend. And just focus on your shoulders for a moment. So pull your hands away from your back, like you're trying to draw them up towards the ceiling. Get straight through your arm bones and just breathe space into the fronts of your shoulders. Take a big inhale. And big exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, release your hands, straighten through your legs, pull your scapulas together. Exhale as you fold forward. And we'll stay here in a forward fold for a moment. You can find ragdoll if you like, just catching opposite elbows. I like to just walk out my legs here, bending one knee at a time. Say hello to your hamstrings. We will be using our legs quite a bit today. I know you used them a lot yesterday too, so just give them a good hello. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, put a nice big bend in your right knee only and fold forward. So your left leg stays straight. Try not to lean back too much into your left foot, but press your left hip back. Right, so we're breathing into this space in the back of our left hip and hamstring. Relax your head for now. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten through your legs. Exhale, bend your left knee, bow forward. Sending your breath into your right leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Slide your shoulder blades back. Plant your hands. And just step back into your plank pose. Spread your fingers wide. Bring your index fingers parallel to each other and grip the mat with your big knuckles. Then from here, just simply bring weight forward in your feet and back. Shifting forward and back, bringing some movement into your feet and your wrists. See if you can stay broad through your back body so you're not collapsing those shoulder blades together, right? You want to really be pressing the ground away from you as you draw your belly in and your thigh muscles up your leg bones. Take one more breath. Okay, and then we'll come forward towards our tippy toes. Pull your navel towards your spine, lower your knees down. Then from here, we'll lead with our chin and our chest. So you'll actually pull your ribs in, but stick your butt up in the air. Lower your chest and your chin towards the mat. Inhale, untuck your feet, slide forward into a cobra. Lift your heart. Your elbows should be really bent here. Press down into the tops of your thighs and your feet. And exhale, slowly release. Bring your elbows out wide, plant your fingertips under your elbows. And as you inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Lift your heart up just enough so that your lower ribs are still on the ground. Pull your chest forward even more. Take a breath in. Then take your right shoulder head and you'll dip it towards the center of your mat as you look to your left. Inhale, roll your way back through to center. Exhale, the left shoulder head dips down. Look to your right. Inhale, back through to center. And exhale, release through the middle. Interlace your hands behind your back. And with a breath in, lift your heart up. Pull your chest forward. Pull your hands away from your glutes. Lift your legs up. Squeeze your inner thighs together. See if you can get your entire leg, both legs, off of the ground. And then maybe draw your heart forward even more. Keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. Tuck your chin towards your chest just a little bit. Breath in. Exhale, release. Plant your palms. Find your child's pose. Take a nice big breath in your child's pose. Long exhale. And as you inhale, roll your body forward, tuck your toes, find your downward facing dog. And then right away in your down dog, lower your heels as much as you can towards the floor. And get long through the backs of your legs, press through your hands, get long through your arms and externally rotate your shoulders. Pull your navel towards your spine, your front ribs in, and then melt your heart back towards your feet. Relax your head. Strengthen up the muscles in your thighs. Stay for another inhale. And a long exhale. Fire up the muscles in your quads as you lift your heels high. Then from here, I want you to pull your stomach away from your thighs, like you're rounding your lower back only. Stomach up, away from your thighs, away from the floor, lower back lifts. Good, stay here for a moment. Externally rotate your shoulders. Now continue to ripple your way forward. Your upper back will start to press up towards the sky. Keep your chin slightly in towards your chest, your head relaxed. Then shift your shoulders all the way forward over your wrists. Once you get there, pull your heart forward. Pull the crown of your head forward. Bend your knees, bend your elbows just a little bit. Now lift your sitting bones up towards the sky and press into your palms, keeping a little bend in your knees as you slide back towards your down dog. Once you press your heart back, straighten through your legs. And then again, inhale, lift your heels. Curl from your lower belly up through your mid-back, and then your upper back, come into plank pose. As you exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, lead with your tailbone, slide back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward again. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll it back. Keep your elbows hugging in. One more inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, roll forward. And pause. Hold your plank. Fire up the muscles in your belly. Push down firmly into each hand. And lift your right leg up. Squeeze navel to spine. Lead with the crown of your head. You guys get broad through your collarbones. Breath in. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step your right foot forward. Come right up to your fingertips. And as you inhale, straighten through your right leg. Maybe flex your foot. Exhale as you bend your right knee. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, bend. Keep your left leg firm. Inhale. And exhale. Point your right toes out to a 45-degree angle to the right, like the right diagonal. Plant your left hand towards the left side of your mat. Stretch your right arm forward. Then take your right hand behind your head as you twist to your right. Pull your right hip bone back as you draw your chest forward. Then press your head into your hand. Lengthen your ribs away from your hip bones. Take a really big breath. Good. And then softly release. Right hand to the ground. Plant both hands under your shoulders. Step your right leg back. Pause. Zip up your belly. Press the ground away from you. Bend your knees. Roll back, down dog. Inhale, roll your body forward, plank. Exhale, roll it back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, down dog. One more, spinal wave. Inhale, roll forward. And we pause. Firm up the muscles in both thighs, both arms. Strong belly. Float your left leg off of the ground. Squeeze your left glute. Try not to sway in your lower back. Take a big breath in to lengthen. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot forward. Come right up to your fingertips. And with an inhale, straighten through your left leg. Flex your foot. Exhale as you bend your knee. Inhale, straighten. Pull your hip back, your heart forward. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Take your right hand towards the right side of your mat. Point your left toes to the left. Stretch your left arm forward. And then twist to your left, taking your left hand behind your head. Firm up your right quad as you draw your left hip bone back. Chest forward. And open up through your left ribs. Press your head into your hand here. Take a nice, big, spacious breath. And then softly let go. Hands to the floor. Plank pose. Breath in, come to your tippy toes. Micro bend your elbows, micro bend your knees. Slide back, down dog. This time as you inhale, you'll walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Once you arrive there, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Again, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more, halfway lift. Nice big fold, squeeze your belly towards your thighs. Inhale, rise up to standing. Lead with your heart, reach tall. As you exhale, sit right into your chair pose. Pull your hip bones back. Squeeze your navel in towards your spine. I want you to be able to see your feet here. Right knees are that far back. And then lift your heart up higher. Use the backs of your shoulders to lift your arms up a little bit more. And then sit a little bit deeper. Yeah, and let sensation come in. That's okay. Turn on your breath. Every inhale, allow it to bring length into your spine. Sit a little deeper into your chair. Squeeze your glutes. Take one more breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift your weight into your right foot. Pick up your left foot. Find your warrior three. Dial your left hip down. Pull your belly away from the ground. And then squeeze the heads of your shoulders away from the floor. Get a little bit longer. Micro bend your right knee as you come up to standing. Take your left knee to your chest, your arms up. Stay here or extend your left leg out in front of you. Pull the pit of your belly in, fire up your left thigh, right? So it's nice and tough. And then squeeze your right glute and push into your right foot. Get straighter through your right leg. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to your warrior three. You can bring your hands to your heart. I want you to bring your arms out wide. You can also take your hands to blocks here. For more of a challenge, you'll take your arms wide, cactus arms. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your left knee to your nose, your thumbs to your third eye. You curl everything in. Micro bend your standing leg. Inhale, stretch back out, warrior three. Exhale, curl in. Again, inhale, open up. Exhale, curl in. This time, inhale, you open up. And we'll step back into a crescent lunge, softly, slowly. Reach your arms up. Go ahead and find that crescent. Right away, squeeze your thighs in towards the midline, right? Drawing that right heel back, left hip bone forward. Bend a little deeper into your right knee and zip up your low belly. Grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand, reach tall. Take a side bend towards your right as you send your left hip forward. Good, and with an inhale, make your way back up through center. Breath in to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take your left hand down inside your right foot. Pull your heart forward as you breathe in. As you exhale, twist right. Slide your left ribs under your right ribs. Bend your right knee deeper, squeeze your right quad towards your belly. Okay, and then point all 10 of your toes to the right. Lift your right hip up away from the floor and pull it back towards your left foot. Lift your left waist higher as you push down into your left hand, and you can either stay here or, without putting your right hand down, step your right foot back, side plank. Continue to lift your left waist. And then maybe even ground your left foot. So you're really creating this nice arc in your back body. A little bit of a side bend here. Take one more big inhale. Big exhale. Look at your left hand. Pull your right knee towards your chest. You can grab a hold of your ankle for help. Step your right foot forward. Rise back up. Crescent lunge. Squeeze those feet tight towards each other, and then lean forward. Bend your right knee deeper, lift your left heel higher, push down to lift up, warrior three. You take whatever variation you'd like with your arms. Pull your navel away from the ground. Squeeze your shoulder heads away from the ground. Big breath in. Big breath out. As you inhale, come back to standing again. You'll keep your left knee in towards your chest. Stabilize here for a moment. Then take your left foot and straighten your leg out behind your right. And you'll cross your left leg off to the right side of your mat. So big step away from your mat towards the right. Pull your right hip bone back. Lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, bow forward into a fold. So both of our legs are straight right now. Your left toes more or less line up with your right heel. They might be a couple inches behind. Then we want to really lengthen our right hip bone back. You can take a nice big fold. You can take blocks under your hands. You should feel this in your right IT band or at your hamstring at the very least. And if you want a little bit more, my favorite variation is to walk my hands up towards the left diagonal in line with my right leg. Pull your right hip bone back even here. Take one more big breath in, big breath out. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, lengthen your spine, step your left foot forward, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Lead with your heart, use your back. And then from here, sit right down into your chair pose again. Look at your feet, pull your knees way back. When you pull your knees back, you should feel, right, the muscles at the base of your glutes, right, where kind of that crease is in your butt, like right below your butt cheeks, there's that crease. That's what you'll be targeting, right, those muscles right in there when you really pull your hips back and then sit deeper. Right, and then from there, pull your belly in. Keep your lower body stabilized by hugging your feet towards each other. Lift your upper body higher. Stretch through your arms, hug your hands towards the midline. Take another breath. Sit deeper. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift weight into your left foot. Pick up your right foot. Find your warrior three. Again, you'll dial your right hip down. Get long from your right heel through the crown of your head. Lengthen your left hip back as you lengthen your left ribs forward. Micro bend your standing leg as you come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Right knee in. Option to stay here or straighten your right leg out. Cool. Go for length in this right leg. The height is going to come eventually. Pull your belly button back. Then squeeze your left glute and your left quad to get straighter through your left leg. Should feel like some work. Pull your arm bones back, breath in. Exhale, back to warrior three. And we'll take our arms, either fingertips to blocks or hands out to cactus arms. Roll your right hip down, take a breath in. Exhale, curl in, right knee to nose, thumbs to third eye. Bend your standing leg a little bit. Inhale, open. Use your back muscles, lift your heart. Exhale, squeeze in. Heel to butt. One more, inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze in. This time, inhale, open up. And with grace and control, step back, crescent lunge, reach. Squeeze your feet towards the midline. As you do that, you should feel your right hip rotate forward. That's what we want. Keeping the hip rotated forward, bend your left knee even more. Fire up your right quad. And from here, hug your belly button in. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Get long through your torso and take a side bend towards your left. Keep pressing your right hip forward. Good, one more breath. And as you inhale, stretch all the way up through center. Exhale, twist. Take your right hand inside your left foot, left arm towards the sky. Pull your left hip back, your heart forward, bend your left knee deeper. And then roll, excuse me. That is not what I meant to say. I meant to say like wring out your belly. So really work towards spiraling your left ribs open and taking your right ribs under your left without letting your right hip drop down. That's the hard part. One more, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Okay, now roll onto the pinky toe sides of your feet. Lift your right hip away from the ground, pull your left hip back, and slide your right shoulder away from your right ear. Either stay here or push hard into your right hand, step back, side plank. Get long from hand to hand. Really broad through your collarbones. And turn on your breath. Try to grip the mat with that right palm, you guys, so your knuckles are grounded. Take one more. And we'll look at our right hand. Pull your left knee into your chest and step your left foot forward to the top of your mat. Crescent lunge, reach up. Squeeze your feet towards each other to square off those hips, and then reach forward. Lift your right heel higher as you push into your right heel, and you'll rise up, warrior three. Pause here for a moment, get long. We'll come all the way up to standing, right knee to chest, reach up. And then kick your right leg out behind you a bit and cross your right foot over to the left. Toes more or less line up with your left heel. Straighten through your legs, square off your heart towards the middle, and then bow forward. So, the work is to work on keeping a straight left leg, right? So, really practice that. If you need blocks under your hands, do take them. And then lengthen your waist. Okay, so the more length we can create in our waist, the more effective this stretch will be to get this left hip and IT band. And walk your fingers up towards the right diagonal if that feels good. If you're really, really tight in either your hamstrings or your IT band, it might not feel good to walk your arms out, right? Because this adds in a side body stretch as well, which for me heightens the hip stretch. However, for some people, it's just distracting. So you do you. Try it on. If you don't like it, come back to center. And if center's already definitely enough and it's hard to breathe there already, just stay there. And take another big breath. And walk your hands back up to the top of your mat, lengthen your spine, and step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms, step back, find your plank. From here, I want you to plant your whole palm, squeeze your hands tight towards the midline. Now we'll work on coming back towards dolphin. As you do that, we want to bend our elbows straight back towards our feet as we lift our hips. The tendency is to bring your elbows wide, right? So really hug your elbows towards each other. We'll be working our triceps. Start to bend your elbows, and as you bend your elbows, lift your hips a little bit. Pull your belly in. It's really slow. Keep squeezing your elbows together as you lower your forearms to the floor and melt your heart back towards your feet. Soften your heels, engage your legs, and lengthen your spine by pushing your forearms hard into your mat. Lengthen all the way up through your waist, through your hips, and down through your heels. Take one more breath in, breath out. Now we'll inhale to prepare. On your exhale, push into your hands, downward facing dog. Yes. Nice work, team. All right, take your right leg all the way up. Bend your right knee, open your right hip. You can stay right here, you guys. If you want to follow me, you know where we're going. We're flipping our dog. Lower your left heel to your mat. It's really slow. Take your right foot behind you. Peel your heart open. Lift your left armpit towards the sky. Stretch through your right hand. Take a breath in. Exhale, unflip. Everybody take your right knee towards your chest. You can put your right hand down or not. Step your right foot forward. Reach right up into another crescent lunge. Pull your feet tight towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, open arm twist towards your right. Stretch your right arm back. Hug your feet together. Roll your right ribs back even more. Soften your shoulders. Now stabilize your hips. As you inhale, reach up, both hands. As you exhale, twist to your right again. Inhale, reach your arms right back up to the ceiling. Exhale, open arm twist. This time reverse here. Take your left arm towards the sky. Press your left hip forward, lift your ribs up, breath in. As you exhale, open up, warrior two. All right, line up your right heel with your left arch and take up some space right away. Slide into your right knee, but hug your feet together. Not literally, but towards each other. Relax your shoulders and squeeze your right glute. Okay. Zip up your belly, take a big breath in. Exhale, sink deeper into your right leg. Reverse your warrior, take your right arm up. Stretch through your right fingertips even more. Good. And as you exhale, extended side angle, either right elbow comes to your knee, or your right hand can come towards the ground. Peel back your left shoulder, and then send your left arm over your left ear. Lengthen your tailbone towards the floor, towards your left heel a little bit, just to work on lengthening your back and pull your front ribs in so they're not flaring out. All right, squeeze your feet towards each other. And make your way all the way back up to a reverse warrior. Straighten through your right leg, big breath in. Lead with your chest or your right ribs, I guess. You want to pull them forward towards triangle. So really, really get long. Take your right hand to the ground or your shin or a block. Once again, lengthen your tailbone. Pull your right shoulder blade back. I get questions a lot here as to whether you should shorten your stance in your triangle. I do not. I think it's good to take up some room. However, if you're a little tighter or if you're new to yoga, it is beneficial to shorten your stance because it will be less of a stretch really and less work to engage that stretch. So at the end of the day, neither one is wrong. You can try them both on. Okay, look at your right foot. Bend your right knee. Walk your right hand forward. Now, if you want, you can cheat a little bit here by heel-toeing your left foot in just a step. Now, push into your right foot. Lift your left heel high. Without swinging or stepping, can you slide your left foot off of the mat? Find your half moon. Good. Peel back your left shoulder. Press through your left heel. Maybe you can get lighter in your right hand, taking your thumb up towards your chest. Take one more breath. And we're transitioning into our chair pose. So you'll bring both feet together to touch this time. Pull your knees back, slide your hip bones back, sit deeper into your hips. Belly in, heart high. Inhale. As you exhale, take your hands to your heart. We'll twist to our right. Oops, I'm going to pull my microphone up a little bit. Okay, so twist to your right, pull your left hip bone back. Pull your heart forward. Pull your shoulder blades away from your ears. Okay, and then from here, shift your weight into your right foot. Pick up your left foot. We'll extend our left leg out behind us. I want you to work on holding it up for a couple breaths before we step back. If this is too much for you, just keep your left foot in your chair or let your left toes rest on the ground for balance. If you can, keep it lifted. Spiral your left inner thigh towards the sky. Get straight through your left leg. Pull your right shoulder back. And then with grace, you step back into a twisted crescent lunge. Pull your right hip bone back, heart forward, fire up the muscles in your left quad. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, press your hands together. Turn your gaze up past your right shoulder. Okay, strong legs. Inhale, reach tall, crescent lunge. As you exhale, take both hands down inside your right foot. Walk your right foot out towards the right. So we're in a lizard lunge here. Firm up your belly. As we breathe in, keep your left leg really strong. I don't want you to bend your left knee, but I want you to lower your hips down. And as you lower your hips down, pull your hands back towards your hips, your shoulders back, bring your chest forward, and pull your right hip back. All right, and then work on straightening out your right leg. Pull your hips up and back. Again, inhale, lower your hips, lift your heart, keep your left leg strong. Exhale, pull back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. From here, you'll bend your right knee again. Frame your right foot. You can heel toe your right foot back through to the center of your mat and bring your left foot forward for pyramid pose. And roll your right hip bone back again. Pull your chest forward. Now take a nice fold. And just breathe here for a little while. Inviting in some space into the back of your right hamstring. Work on really filling up space in your back body with breath. Relax your head if that feels all right. And continue to press into the pinky toe side of your left foot to bring your left hip forward. Take one more breath in. Breath out. Plant your palms and halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Lift your left heel up and push hard into your hands. Flex your right toes off the ground if you can, and see if you can pull your entire right foot off of the floor. Hug your right hip bone up, 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 up. Good. Now swing your right leg all the way up, almost like a three-legged dog, but it's short. Shift your shoulders forward over your wrists. Pull the crown of your head forward and you'll hold here. Or bend your left knee and work on taking some hops just off of your left leg. Doesn't have to be anything big, right? Just simple hops off of your left leg, making your way up towards your handstand hops. Keep your right leg really firm. If you want, you can start to jump switch your legs. Keep your legs really strong here. Your palms are rooted with your big base knuckles super grounded. Good. And then whenever you've had enough of that, heart rate is up a little bit, step right back into your down dog. Take a nice big breath in. Long breath out. And as you inhale, lift your heels, pull the pit of your belly and roll your shoulders forward over your wrists. Keep your legs strong. Press your heels back. Lower your hips towards the ground. Keep your knees lifted. Pull your heart forward. We're finding a Tibetan up dog. Toes are tucked. Keep your knees really engaged, you guys. Quads engaged. Slide your shoulders back and push hard into the palms of your hands as you look forward. Inhale. As you exhale, chin to chest. Pull your belly button away from the ground as you press back up, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths in your down dog. Maybe find child's pose for a moment. That was a long-ass sequence we just did. And we got it on the other side. We got this. That's all. Take one more breath together. Inhale. Deep exhale. Here we go. Your left leg will reach all the way up. We'll bend our knee and open our hip. Push hard into both hands. You can either stay here or lift your right heel, lower it towards the right, flip your dog. Pull your heart towards the top of your mat and lift your right armpit up towards the sky as you pull your left shoulder blade down towards the ground. Breath in. As you exhale, we flip back over. Everybody work towards stepping your left foot to the top of your mat. Rise up, crescent lunge. Squeeze your feet in towards each other, square off the hips. Fire up the muscles in your right thigh and your belly. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, open arm twist to your left. And we'll hug our feet towards each other. So they're squeezing in, but then bend your left knee even deeper and pull your left shoulder back even more. All right, hips stay square. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist left. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left. This time reverse. Breathe in, reach your right arm up. Lift your ribs up. Straighten through your right thigh. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Left heel lines up with your right arch. And we'll ground down through the back of your right foot. By back, I mean pinky toe side. And like I said before, take up some space. All right, slide that left knee forward. Take your tailbone slightly towards the ground as you lift your ribs up away from the ground. Bend your left knee deeper. Reverse your warrior. Big inhale to stretch through your left side. Keep the bend in your knee. And exhale, come into extended side angle. Elbow to knee or hand to floor. Reach through your right arm. Maybe stretch your right arm over your ear. And really work towards pulling the front of your rib cage in so that you're not flaring out through your front body. We want our lower back to be long. We want a really nice diagonal line between our right ankle, hip, shoulder, and wrist. Keep opening your right ribs towards the sky. Take one more breath. Good. Strong legs. Reverse your warrior. Straighten through your left thigh, reach up. As you exhale, we'll lead with these left ribs. Pull them forward, 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 and then down into triangle. And this posture feels really good for me in my waist. I actually know someone, Julianne's lovely boyfriend Daniel actually hates this posture, and it's so funny because I just love it. It feels so good for me, and it feels so not good for him right now, which is so funny. So that just goes to show, again, like, make these poses right for you. If you need to shorten your stance, shorten your stance. If you need a block, use a block. Breathe into where you need to breathe into. And what's this? Feels good for me might not feel good for you, and vice versa. All right, let's move. Look down at your left foot. Bend your left knee. Walk your left hand forward. If stepping forward was easy for you last time, maybe you don't heel toe your back foot in. If you want, you can. Lift your heel. Push down to lift up. You'll drag your right foot a little bit as you come up. Find your half moon. Peel back your right hip. Peel open your right shoulder. Again, even here. Lengthen your lower back. Maybe turn your gaze up. Or if you want to pick up your left hand for a little bit more core, you can either gaze forward or down. If you can gaze up, that's very impressive. Take one more breath. We'll land in our chair pose, feet together to touch. Hip bones come back and down. All right, get long. Stretch through your waist. Pull your navel in, pull your hips back, sit a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper. Heart higher, breath in. Exhale, hands to heart, twist to your left. Hooking your right elbow outside your left thigh, press your palms together, pull your heart forward, right hip back. All right, now balancing on this one is easier if you look down. So look down right in front of your left foot. Pick up your right foot and just start here. If this is hard, just stay here for a little while. Work on balancing here. If you can, you'll slowly stretch your right leg out behind you. Wobbliness is normal. Yeah, that's called balancing. Peel your left shoulder open. Get longer through your right leg. Fight for your balance. And then slowly step your right foot back. Once you ground your feet, Check out your alignment. Feet should be hips distance apart. Pull your heart forward, pull your left hip back. And as you exhale, press your palms towards each other. Look past your left shoulder. Another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, strong legs, stay with me. And as you breathe out, take your hands down inside your left foot, coming towards that lizard lunge stance. Squeeze your feet together. Keep your right thigh fired up. Right knee straight, lower your hips down. Pull your left hip back as you slide your heart forward. Exhale, straighten through your left leg, pull your hips back. Inhale, bend, keep your right leg strong, lift your heart. Exhale, pull back. One more time, inhale, bend. Exhale, pull back. This time, bend your knee, and we'll walk our left hand to the outside of our left foot. Step your right foot forward, finding your pyramid. We're in heel to heel alignment, and both legs are straight. Now send your sitting bones towards the back of your mat as you draw your chest forward, navel to spine, and then fold. We want our back foot at a 45-degree angle. So instead of your toes pointing directly forward, they're pointing out towards the right a little bit. And breathe well. Engage the muscles in your quads without locking out your knees. Take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Halfway lift. Plant your palms, shoulder distance apart. Lift your right heel up. Lean forward into the tips of your fingertips. Root down through your knuckles. Lift your right heel higher. Push down. Lift your left toes if you can. If you can, lift your left heel up. Suck your belly in. Suck your left hip bone up, up, up. And then lift your left leg all the way up. Okay. Jump switches. Here we go. Shoulders come forward. Strong belly. Take a few hops off your right leg. Try to keep your left leg really firm, right? And if you feel great here, you can start to jump switch your legs. If you want to find your handstand, you can find your handstand. Take a couple breaths wherever you are. When you're ready, you hop or step back to down dog. Whew. Take a big breath in. Big exhale out. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Once again, we'll come to dolphin. Squeeze your elbows in towards the midline. Lower your elbows down, lift your hips up. Press your heart towards your heels, but work towards pulling your navel away from your thighs. So navel towards your spine. Push firmly into both forearms. Get longer through your waist, stronger in your quads so your legs get nice and strong. Take one more breath. And we'll come down into a low plank, a gangplank position. So your forearms are grounded. Pull your belly button in, front ribs in. Take the crown of your head forward so your gaze is down between your wrists. Squeeze your quads, pull your belly in. See if you can make some space between your shoulder blades so that they're not collapsing in on each other. Stay for 3, for 2. Walk your feet back in, find your dolphin. If you need to bend your knees, you can bend your knees for more heart opening. If you can, you straighten out those legs. Stay for 3, keep spreading those shoulder blades. For 2, And 1, low plank. Shift your shoulders forward over your elbows. Heart forward, broad collarbones, belly in for 3. And 2, last one, dolphin. Stay with me, you guys. We're almost there. Take a breath. Big inhale, big exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Last time, breath in, breath out. Release your knees to the ground. Find your child's pose. And just completely relax your arms here. Let your forehead be heavy, your hips to be heavy. And softly roll your way up into a kneeling position. So you're going to sit on your heels for a moment and just bring your feet so that they're about hips distance apart underneath you. And from here, you'll take your right hand to your right ankle and sweep your left arm out in front of you for a moment. And then as you continue to breathe in, you'll lift your hips up and take a side stretch towards your right. So I want your left arm stretching across towards the right. Press your left hip forward, pull your shoulders back. Then come back down, bring your hips down towards your heels, coming basically through a child's pose with your hands at your heels. Left hand will grab your left heel. Stretch your right arm forward as you lift up. Right hip bone presses forward, peel your heart open. And exhale, pull your hips back and down. Inhale as you lift up, other side. Exhale, come down. So we're moving with our breath. Only go as far into the back bend as feels good for you right now. Right? So you don't even have to take it into any kind of back bend if you don't want. It can be more of a side stretch. Let's take one more. Good. And then exhale. Softly release. Come to sitting on your feet. And we'll come right down onto the ground. You can take your legs out in front of you. Then from here, flex your toes. Pull the pit of your belly in. Reach your arms up high. Lead with your heart as you fold forward. Flex your feet back. Pull your chest forward towards your feet. And then fold once again. Take 3 big breaths into your back body. Fill up the back of your rib cage as much as possible. And as you inhale, roll your way back up through center. Plant your hands behind your hips, index fingers point forward. Firm up your belly, puff up your chest. Right? Point your toes, micro bend your knees. Now lift up, reverse plank. See if you can puff up your chest like you're sticking your chest up towards the sky. Look straight up. Press down into your feet, squeeze your glutes, breath in. And exhale, release, hip bones down. Pull your legs up right into your boat pose. Okay. Everybody bend your knees for a moment. Bring your chest up more towards your thighs. You're really squeezing in. It's almost like you're trying to touch your feet. Lead with your heart. Now straighten your legs. Stay. Turn on your breath. Hold here, you guys. Either stay here if you want more of a challenge. Reach your arms up, parallel with your legs. Keep your heart open. Shoulder blades draw down your back. Stay. Yeah, the choice is yours. You stay. And then stay as if the person who's practicing also right now needs you to stay for them. Imagine them being right next to you. And if you let go, they'll probably let go, right? We're here for 3 more breaths. Open on the inhale. Squeeze on the exhale, quads, belly, everyone shaking. Take one more. All right, bend your knees, grab a hold of your shins, and roll it back onto your spine. Nice job, yogis. Give yourself a little rock side to side. All right, we'll take it into a simple back bend. I'm going to come into bridge. If you want to come into wheel to finish up, you're welcome to. If you're coming into bridge, ground your heels directly in front of your sitting bones. You want to be able to barely touch your heels here. And then we'll lift our hips up away from the ground as you press the backs of your arms into your mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You can rock a little side to side to get your shoulder blades really tight towards one another. Then push into the backs of your arms. Lift your hips even higher. Bring the lift of your hips into the lift of your heart. Like you're trying to lift the back of your heart away from the ground. And for my wheelers, work on getting those arms nice and straight, squeezing your triceps in. Take one more breath. Softly release hip bones down. And simply draw both knees into your chest, and then let both knees fall to your left. Place your left hand on top of your right thigh, stretch your right arm out to the side. If you want a little bit more here, you can straighten through your right leg, catch your right foot with your left hand, and then roll your right hip forward away from you. Pull your right ribs and your right shoulder down towards the ground. If you want to take the full bind here, you'll take your left knee and point it towards the top of your mat, bringing your left heel towards your butt, and then reach down for your left foot with your right hand. Same thing, push both feet into both hands. Softly release. Come back through to center, and then right over to your other side. And again, you have some choices here. You can stay here with your right hand on your left thigh, just pressing your left hip forward away from your left shoulder, or straighten out your leg, catch it in your right hand. Continue to roll your hip forward. If you want to go for the bind, your right foot will come back towards your right glute as much as possible, and reach back for it with your left hand. Try to focus on keeping your waist long. Another deep breath. And softly release. Come back into a neutral spine. And just let your knees fall from one side to the other. Or take happy baby, or curl up into a tiny ball. Leave this one sort of open-ended. If there's anything else that you need before Shavasana, now would be the time to take it. And whenever you're ready, meet me in Shavasana. Extend your legs out in front of you. Bring your palms out by your sides to face up. right away settle into your space again. As you let go of the distraction, the beautiful distraction, right? That is movement that holds our attention and concentration so powerfully. Can you still remain here? Can you still find presence and complete stillness and surrender? Sounds like that would be the easier way, but really that's probably the most challenging way to be present. And it's so important to practice. So immerse yourself in this moment and decide to stay here with yourself for the next couple minutes. welcome you to remain in your Shavasana for a little bit longer. And if you're ready to continue through your day, you can begin to elongate your breath once again. into your ankles and wrists, facial muscles. Turn your head from side to side. And with an inhale, take your arms all the way up overhead. And softly roll to one side. And you can make your way back up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed when you're ready. And just bring your hands in front of your heart. And just thank yourself for your receptiveness to trying on something new. Our vinyasa, or what we think of a vinyasa, is normally the thread between all of the postures. And we took that away from you today. So just, appreciate yourself for being open. Because without that willingness to try new things, you have no idea what you're missing out on. It's okay if you don't fall in love with every new thing that you try, right? But at least try it. And with that, let's choose to go throughout the remainder of this day and the rest of this week with an abundance of love and ease and grace. Namaste. Thanks, yogis. Have a beautiful day. Oopsie. Just a big salad today, as usual. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know. Be happy to answer what I can. Mwah.